I was born in Saudi Arabia, but moved to the United States when I was very young. So I've been very conflicted about what my true identity is. And so this work kind of was my attempt at exploring this question, where am I from? Hi everyone, my name is Nouf Aljowaysir and I'm an artist based in Brooklyn. My work is called Salaf, which means ancestors from Arabic. I have three elements here in the exhibition. The work itself is about my search for identity through artificial intelligence and computer vision. So a few years ago, I started this journey of trying to understand where I come from. I was born in Saudi Arabia, but moved to the United States when I was very young. So I've been very conflicted about what my true identity is. And so this work kind of was my attempt at exploring this question, where am I from? I have a vitrine here in this exhibition that displays kind of the first step that I took in my process. I collected archives from colonial explorers that traveled through the Middle East, specifically the regions that my family lived in. And then I would test them through computer vision frameworks. So trying to have this conversation with AI to see if it understands where I come from. And what I discovered in this process is that it mislabeled a lot of my images with stereotypes, biases, generalizations. A lot of my images were tagged with military and warfare terminology, which is pretty upsetting because a lot of my images are of Bedouin people. And as I continued collecting data sets, I found one which is featured on this wall. It's from the Getty Museum. And it was called the Orientalist Collection, and it also featured Middle Eastern people in quite exotified Oriental ways. There was a problem from, colonial past and a problem with computer vision models. So what I did here is that instead of detecting the subject in the image, I used the model to erase the different subjects in my images. And I created this large data set of images so that I can eventually train a generative model on this absence. So on the wall here, you're gonna see around, it's about 100 images. And this wall is trained on this data set that I augmented and I created, where I really wanted that figure of absence to permeate and to show through, how the past is kind of connected to the present in technology terms.